Hey folks, welcome back. Thanks again for joining us. I'm going to be pretty brief with this one. Basically, I had a number of subscribers reach out to me and ask me to review this particular video footage from about 9 years ago and do a presentation on it, if I saw anything worth presenting, I guess. So yeah, so this is that effort on my part. And let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll talk to you on the other side. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the full footage live real speed. We're gonna watch it a couple times over, and it's not a lot of footage, but yeah, like I said, it was September of 2016. There's a massive failure of some sort. So I broke it down into 3 phases, and this is the first of the 3. First thing we're going to do is take a look at this. It pops in from right to left, and here that is a few more times in real speed. And then we're going to slow it down a little and get in a little closer. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but you know, we see them all the time, right? Yeah, it's moving very quickly, whatever it is. And like I always say, if it was right in front of the camera, it'd be gigantic. There's also this thing. We're going to get back to it in a second. Just want you to know I see it. But yeah, this thing just zips through, and here it is again in real speed. It's it's moving quickly. Let's just say that. So yeah, let's get back to this thing. I found where this thing started. It's over here, and if you watch, you see it come in from the right, and obviously this is slowed significantly. It hooks around and then takes this strong angle down, which is pretty crazy. And again, this is slowed, but this doesn't look like a landing to me. We're gonna look at this in real speed and you'll see what I mean. Things going this fast at this angle aren't landing. I mean, what are we talking about here? That is fast. And again, that is not this isn't landing to me. Maybe this is crashing or going through the ground, but it's not arriving on the ground at a standstill, you know, like coming to a stop, I should say. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know what to do with it, but that's phase 1. So phase 2 is sort of the primary focus of this video. And if you look over here in the far top right, you're going to see this little thing pop in, and then you let it roll, and yeah. Here it is, slowed and zoomed in a bit. I mean, maybe it's coincidental, but maybe it isn't. I mean, you know, like most of these things, I don't have answers, but something happened here. Whether it has to do with this thing moving from right to left, I don't know. But being an experiencer of one of these things zipping by me last April 2024, I can tell you that it was off-putting, and there was an energetic aspect to it that was unsettling. So, you know, if this was some sort of correlating event, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it that way. So, all right, so here's phase 3. Yeah, and this is the same explosion, obviously, and this thing is down here in the bottom left. And then a second later, it's over there on the right, and it basically goes from southwest to northeast. Yeah, I mean, lightning fast, and whether or not it's going through the explosion or in front of it, I don't know. Hard to say, but, you know, it's what I saw. I'll tell you that. And it looks to me like it's going into the flames and coming out of the flames. But again, it's, you know, it's tough to say definitively. But this is the 3rd phase of this brief sequence that I took a look at. And it's certainly something. And it's not clear how it's moving. I don't see wings. I don't see anything in particular. And again, this is it at real speed. It's exceptionally fast. Yeah, so we'll just do a quick recap of these 3 phases. And the first one is the middle to the right. This thing just sort of comes over, does a U-turn while this other one zips through. And then, like I said, it goes, to me, it goes into the ground. I don't know how else to say it, but it's not landing. and then this thing zips by, and there's a catastrophic event that happens on the launch pad, and then this thing zips right through it. And so look, from this point right here is about 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4, 3.5 seconds from the first thing to the last thing. Here it is again in real speed a couple times over. And there's other things going on in this video, as is usually the case. These are just the 3 things I'm focused on. So, well, there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. This is what I saw when I looked at this 3.5, 4 seconds of footage. I pulled out what I thought was worth pointing out. And for my purposes, you know, phase 1 has this thing that seems to be going into the ground. I don't know how else to interpret what I'm seeing with that at that speed. And then also for it to just do a U-turn is kind of odd too. It's not something you see a bird do, right? And then the second phase obviously is a scenario where you're trying to figure out if there's a causal connection between this thing moving at warp speed from right to left and then the explosion. And then finally you have this third one where it's coming from the southwest up to the northeast, and whether or not it's going in front or through the explosion, who knows, but still it's going super fast, and most prosaic things aren't moving towards explosions. I should also say that too. That was the other thought I had. So in any event, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Get in the comments, let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, folks.